Aerodrome finance price update and crash, and this is not clickbait. Why this week will decide it all. My name is mikemadz. Let's start this video. Before starting the video, please do me a huge favor, especially during those times. Every single comment matters, every single like matters. The more people engage, the better for the video, the better for the entire community, and appreciate every single one of you. Let's start. All right, let's stop wasting time. Let's jump straight into it, especially here, of course, if you're on the markets. You saw what happened yesterday. A lot of market structure has changed, and I truly believe this weekly close here for Aerodrome is one of the most important closes in Aerodrome history. That's why I want to push out this video as fast as possible. Of course, main topic is going to be Aerodrome today. Aerodrome, now what? And one question you have to ask yourself, guys. We'll get into a microcap. Yes, I'm still printing money here daily with this microcap. Passive income, and also with the flywheel effect here, that if alt season happens, I think this microcap has massive upside potential. No guys, not clickbait. And also, of course, Aerodrome price prediction, the most important weekly close here for Aerodrome. I will tell you exactly which levels to watch, and if Aerodrome closes below those levels, I'm out of the market here. And of course, also a massive warning, also not clickbait today, one of the most important videos here of Aerodrome on this channel, I think is going to happen here in this video. Now, Aerodrome here, now what? One question you have to ask yourself, because many questions and many DMs I'm getting here, people acting like traders here. Mike, I have my stop loss hit, etc. Guys, most of you are investors, hopefully. Most of you are not traders and never actively traded the market. Why all of a sudden do you act like one? Okay, super important question here. You need to ask yourself, are you actually an investor or are you a trader? If you are an investor, then you have to step back here. Forget about the chart here for a second. Liquidation events can happen, but you also have to take a look at here the metrics, like I will show you. And take a look at that here. While many people are panicking here, investors, this is happening here for Aerodrome. As you can see here, Aerodrome has officially joined the Grayscale DeFi fund. Do you really think here any sort of token can get into this fund? Now, of course, while it doesn't mean here that the upside is guaranteed, this again underlines the fact here that Aerodrome is a blue chip representation of the base ecosystem. And knowing that, zooming out, and if you truly are an investor, those dips are actually a blessing because you can see more. But also to add on that here, weekly closes are important and market structure is important because you don't want to hold your bag down and minus 70%. So we'll take a look at that also. And also to add on that here, as you can see here, Aerodrome right now here, tokens on Aerodrome are now available to 100% of US users. So this trade here is already done deal. And Aerodrome is already a substantial part of Coinbase in base here. So zooming out, if you're an investor, you should be relaxed because you're not investing into a meme token. You're not investing into a fad. You're investing in a ecosystem here or in a protocol that has billions in volume, okay, that is actually an important part of base in Coinbase. And if you're an investor, you're not worried. If you are a trader, this is a different story, and we'll get to that shortly here. And this weekly close is actually super important. Now, before we get back to Aerodrome and to lighten things up, yes, of course, I'm still in microcaps, and one of my biggest base microcap right now is still macro here. No, guys, this is not an advertisement or trying to shill you something. I'm just telling you what positions I'm currently having and what I'm doing with those positions here. Why macro? First of all, it's a low micro cap. Okay, so if we get this alt season, this is a true 100x potential contender here. Again, many people tell me, Mike, stop talking about 100x's. Guys, you have to try until you catch one. And this one right here, especially for where we are in the market cycle, it's a perfect time for macro in my personal opinion. Why is that? Because you can make use of your stables, first of all, especially if you stabled up yesterday, or you can make use of your memes here. Also, especially if you had massive drawdowns, make use of your memes. Why? Because this way, if you're making use of your stables, you're actually earning passive income, real passive income, with minimal risk here, as this entire thing here is based on Morpho. So this setup doesn't get better than this. Right now with the APY on USDC of over 50%, guys, you don't see that too often here, especially in this risk profile. And what I'm currently actually doing here, I like to bet on those microcaps. This is just my cup of tea. I love to have microcaps with massive upside potential. Doesn't matter if my thesis is right or not, okay? I try to be right on those microcaps. Eventually we will be right, and eventually you will catch 100x, guys. This is just simply how it works, or you never try and you never get it. Okay, so what I'm currently doing with my macro, I'm staking my entire macro position here, and the APR, as you can see, is absolutely juicy. Why I'm doing so? Because there's no lock times. Super attractive for me, especially during those market times that we're in. I want to be flexible. I want to unstake immediately if I decide otherwise. And doing so, this is the flywheel I always talk about on this channel here. You need to find a flywheel with a micro cap that actually can change your life. Not financial advice, as moon boyish as it sounds. I know, guys, those words, but this flywheel is super important because I've seen it. I've seen my friends do it. I've seen people on Alien Base do it. I've seen people on DeFi chain last cycle do it. And this is why I always aim from this setup. This setup is very simple, actually. Find the undervalued gem here. Macro is undervalued, especially with the TVL with over $4 million, with a token that's not even above $1 million. Undervalued token. Okay, the only thing that's missing is attention, guys. You want to be in the token or in the project before the attention comes. Second step, you stake it. Why? Because with this crazy APY, even if you only have a small position, this staking makes a difference. You're accumulating more tokens, guys, and once actually your thesis comes into play, and once this token actually reprices higher, you actually have a nice decent bag here with the staking that actually can make a difference in your life. So hard to catch real gems, guys. Yes, I know. Okay, but you have to keep trying, in my personal opinion, not financial advice here. Now, getting back to Aerodrome here, and yes, this is the most important weekly close, in my personal opinion, in Aerodrome's history. Why is that? Because we're very close to the market cycle end. And many people don't believe that, but I will show you actually why I think so and why you should stop listening to those people. And being this close to the end, you need to be hyper-focused on the chart, guys. And you need to be hyper-focused on weekly candle closes here, especially in the respect of the bull market support band. And as you can see here, guys, my base case was that we were going to retest this bull market support band. And as you can see here, usually once we hold the bull market support band, it's just simply a bullish retest into a higher high. But of course, with yesterday's event, massive liquidations, many suicides, unfortunately, guys. Many people lost 7, 8, 9 figures in yesterday's dip uncontrollably. 1.5x leverage got wiped out of the market. Okay, so even with that, or especially with that, Aerodrome is right now in a very dangerous position. I don't want to be too bearish here, and I don't want to be too alarmistic, if that's a word even, but we're now below the bull market support band. And if you know me, I like the simple thesis here. Below the bull market support band, market structure has changed. Now, every single pump is just simply a bearish retest of the bull market support band. And usually this means we are in bearish territory here. Now, the most important level to watch, because this can reverse just as fast, guys. You know crypto. Trump just has to have one bullish tweet, market reverses just like that. Many people forget that. So the most important level to watch, especially on a weekly close, and just to make sure here, 2 weekly closes above 94 cents, and we're back in the game. Closing below that for 2 weeks, and I will start to get worried, guys, and I will start to actually doubt that we are gonna get this alt season. So we'll have to take it day by day. I don't want to be too bearish. I don't want to be too bullish also. I just want to be realistic, and this is my strategy, and the strategy worked for me in prior cycles as well. If you have a different strategy, if you want to use fib levels, if you want to use Elliott waves, you'll go ahead and do that. For me, this strategy worked. Right now we're below the bull market support band, and this is one of the most important weekly closes here for Aerodrome, in my personal opinion. Okay, now getting to the end of the video, and this is actually a massive warning here. Yes, it's easy to do those warnings in a bearish type of environment, but I always usually do that. Even if we're pumping up massively, I always remind you, and this is not clickbait here. Now, stop listening. As brutal now as it might sound here, as cocky this might sound, stop listening to emotional newbies, guys. Please, if those people are not living up to what you actually want to achieve, why are you listening to those people? If those people are not actually having a background here of multi-cycle experience, why are you listening to those people? Now, most people are screaming one thing and one thing only. This is only the beginning. We're going so much higher, 5-year cycle. Why are you listening to that? Do you know why these people are calling for this? The same thing happened last cycle, and the majority of people got absolutely destroyed listening to newbies here, listening to this Uber driver, and I'm not saying that in any disrespectful manner at all, but talking about crypto, it's easy to talk about crypto, guys. Why? Because it's easy to download an app and to buy a token. Suddenly you're an expert. It's easy to be involved in crypto. That's why everyone has an opinion. Stop listening to those people that are telling you that this is only the beginning. Meanwhile, here in the background, this is far from only just the beginning, guys. Please take this as a warning, and I'm really, really serious about that. As you can see here, comparing market cycles, we're almost, like if you compare it to some cycles, we're actually at the end of the cycle, guys. So the hope here is that we have one more push. This one more push is not guaranteed, and timing-wise, we're already at the end. Super important thing to know this in your risk management. Now, also looking at that, for the people that are screaming, this is only the beginning, why are they saying that? Think about it. They're saying that because they joined late, and they're saying that because the portfolio value is nowhere near they think or they expect it to be. Those words will not come across in a nice way for some of you also here watching, but you have to accept that, and the market will humble everyone here. Those people that are telling you this is only the beginning, I want to take a look here at this post because it was a very, very simple summary of what I want to say here. Guys, Bitcoin is up 8x from the lows. Bitcoin, the blue chip crypto, 8x from the lows. People are screaming from the beginning. The beginning, this is the end. I have to tell you, sorry. I can be wrong here. Now, I don't want to be too deterministic, but looking at data, looking at the returns, I think it's safer to bet on the end than the beginning here. ETH, new all-time highs. Now, ETH, surprisingly, I was expecting much higher, and I still think ETH will go to 7K, 8K. Solana, 35x from the lows. Hype, 60x from TGE. Alt season, meme coins. We had Boom. We had many, many 100x runners. So just a friendly reminder here. And I don't want to be a doomer right now in this situation. Doesn't make any sense, guys. I still expect massive upside. I still expect alt season. I just want to remind you where we are in the cycle. In my personal opinion, not financial advice here, okay? At the end of the day, guys, do your own research. Super important. I can be wrong. Many people are wrong a lot of times. Be bullish on yourself. That yields the most returns at the end of the day. And the most important thing, especially right now, is please, guys, don't get wrecked.
Giving up from blue tops like Mars Simpson, just hard discipline, pot simmering, cooking up, no rocks in the pan, watching the plan form in the sand, bidding castles out of thoughts in our head, late nights, no sleep in my bed, trying to see my dreams manifest.